one.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Friday at 420. My name is Mike Nabuurs, your host for the next 40 minutes. Thank you so much for checking us out. This is a Facebook live stream. Please share it with your friends right now. We are here every Friday at 420 with some special guests, and today is no different. Don't forget, you can always go to any of your favorite streaming services and download previous episodes of Friday at 420, including a bunch that featured our two guests today. And a weird sound effect that I'm going to get you to bring back for old time's sake. But before we do that, let me introduce the panel as I usually do. Please, everybody, say a big hello to my mentor and now life coach, Patrick Coppolino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Patrick. How are you?
I'm good.
Excellent.
I'm very good.
Am I doing okay? As my life coach, feel free to chime in anytime, anything you think I'm doing wrong.
I've got a new tip for you.
Okay.
I just entered a new endeavor. Every week I'm doing something different.
Yes.
As the rest of the world is starting to reopen, people are going back outside and are going to restaurants. I have now officially fully entered the digital world. I now I now live in virtual reality.
Is that an eye mask?
And it's amazing. It's an Oculus Quest.
So you don't have to leave the house.
Oh, I wasn't already leaving the house, but now I can.
Now you can.
Now I can pretend I leave the house. It's amazing.
And use it for porn?
You can, but I don't. I have a wife.
I have a wife.
Like I said,
you can.
use it.
Manolis, you would love this thing.
Are you like in the room?
What?
Like you're like while you're like in the while you're jerking off, do you feel like you're in the room?
I haven't used it for that. Again, I have a human being I can have sex
Why
with.
did you buy it?
The first place that
Because it's amazing. You can do there's a lot more you can do with it.
I'm Pat Coppolino.
Yeah. You can play there's a poker app on there, and it's like you're actually sitting at a table and you actually have to like use the chips, you lift up the cards. It's amazing.
First and foremost, you got to love a guy who actually has tissues right by the computer screen. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's say
I
hello.
wasn't going to say anything, but you did. Manolis, thanks. Great.
His rolls off. Everybody say hello to Manolis Zontanos. How are you, Manoli?
Good, man. I just
Manolis.
hey guys, I love you guys. I just learned that you guys can put horses into the engine. So I'm having a
You learn something new every day.
right.
There's like 200 horses crammed in under my. I don't know how they did it. I think they had to chop them up, but
They juice them.
yeah,
They juice them, yeah.
they're there, and I just feed them.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Manoli, is everything's okay?
Yeah.
You've been struggling a little. Let's be honest. Let's call a spade, man. You've been struggling a little. You haven't been full Manoli. Are you feeling better at all, or are you still just in the dumps?
I'm a little past halfway there. I think I was like Ralph and Pat were nice enough to have me over their house this past weekend, and we I did a heavy dose of magic mushrooms, and
of cheer me ups,
and that seems to help me out. So
excellent.
Yeah.
It was great. We had a great time, and it was doctor supervised. We got prescriptions for everything that we ingested.
All right. Listen, I got to finish introducing everybody. I mean, people don't know who are these guys. Well, their names are right on the screen anyway. Please welcome to the show. They've been with us so many times. We absolutely love them. They're two of our favorite people. I had no idea they lived together, but we were at their house last weekend. Everybody say hello to Ralph the Groot and Pat Gagliardi.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I can barely hear you guys now over the crowd.
Ralph, just come in the same room, Ralph. Why are we wasting the Wi-Fi? Just come here.
Pat, no, you come to this computer.
You come over here.
Come, Pat. Come on.
My Wi-Fi isn't. Whatever. Stay there.
Pat likes it in the
I don't
kitchen.
care.
I don't know.
The best part is you guys are both looking the same way, supposedly at each other, which is awesome. Ralph, first to you. How are things? How are you? Hup Holland Hup. You a big soccer fan? Do you cheer for Holland?
Yeah, I do. I haven't been watching though, but if I do, I mean, it's a social thing, and you can't go watch it with people, or I guess you can now. It's starting to open up a little bit, but I've been seeing the orange flags on car windows, and that's how I know it's time for me to cheer and represent.
That's how
Other
you
than that,
know.
yeah.
Patrick, I'm guessing Team Italy would be your choice.
See.
See.
I stole that from the other Patrick. Sorry.
How have you been, Patrick? Are you doing well? I know you some of the things that your favorite things to do, including improv and stuff. You just haven't been able to do any of that stuff, right?
I haven't been able to do it, but I've been getting outside more, getting a bunch of work done at my grandma's house. So it's going to be the party zone this year.
Nice.
You can party
I
with your
thought
grandma.
my place. I thought my place was going to be the party zone.
Stay away from my grandma. All right,
Oh, I'm gonna-
then enough here. Just stay away, okay?
If she has a rave, I'm having a rave.
Double rave.
We're having a double
Manolis
rave.
doesn't care as long as he's invited.
Yeah.
I'm
Whatever
just,
it is.
yeah, I'm down for whatever.
Beautiful.
When we first initially had you guys on the show, it was because of your show Corkscrewed, and then
Yeah.
we had you back a bunch of times. And then Pat, you used to do this beautiful sound effect when you guys advertised on our
yeah.
show. Remember? Do you remember the sound effect?
Yeah, I didn't get the last royalty check for doing it before, but
You're not going to do it now. You're not.
you do it.
Okay. Friday at 420, everybody. People love that.
See? Folks, he's
yeah.
handy.
We got emails from people saying we love that sound.
Yeah, it's a good sound.
What is going on with the show Corkscrewed right now? Is there anything being planned for the future? I know you guys have the episodes in your
Big
pocket.
things.
You've been selling them around the world. What have you been doing?
It's funny you mentioned that, Mike. We've been working on. I don't know if we can announce anything yet, but we have been working on some distribution and trying to get the show a little bit more widespread globally. And so we haven't been able to film episodes. So we've been using our time that way, trying to get more exposure. So I don't know, Pat. We're not allowed to make any announcements, though, are we?
We're going big in the United States. I don't give a fuck if they try to sue us. We're doing it. We're going big. We're going to be everywhere. We're going to be on satellite. You watch. They can come find us. We're stuck inside. We'll be wearing our masks. We'll be hidden. But we're going to be big. We're going to be in the States. That's all we're going to say. Come find us. Ralph the Groot. You can talk to Ralph the Groot.
I guess the cat's out of the bag, guys.
That's about it, though. That's about it, though.
That's all you can give us, though.
That's
So
all
it's
we
going
can
on.
give you.
It's going on YouTube.
Did YouTube spread across the whole states now, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
going-
think so.
Get it.
It's
Get
it's
it
going
in
on
Alaska.
MySpace.
There are some states that don't get YouTube because they don't have internet yet, but they'll get it eventually. Listen, I think that's fantastic. But is there a plan, though, when we get out of this nightmare that we've all been living through, to shoot new episodes? Do you guys have a plan for that as well, to add to the Corkscrewed library?
Yeah, we would love to do 26 more episodes.
Excellent. Okay.
that's it?
Well,
I need the money, Ralph.
okay. We'll do 54.
54.
Ralph's just adding seasons now. Whatever.
We'll just keep doing this.
Let's just
until
keep
they
doing
tell
it.
us to stop. Yeah, no, we are planning to make more episodes. Yes, we are. How and where and when, that's all part of the conversations we're having now. So
To be determined, much like Levity Comedy Lounge. When will it open? That's all to be
knows?
determined. But if you get a hold of Patrick, he can line you up with this headset and you can go to Levity Comedy Lounge from your own home.
Whoa.
This is
Disturbing.
awesome.
Oh my God, the wings are just as good.
you guys remember how the show is played? This is Friday at 4:20. Ralph the Groot, Pat Gagliardi, our special guests. And you remember these envelopes.
Yeah.
These are the with the random topics. I stole them from work when they let me
what's
go.
that logo on there?
Yeah, I know. I stole them. I was like, see, people thought I didn't get anything when I left. Oh no.
Wait,
Oh,
you
no.
stole some
12 random envelopes.
all worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was totally worth it. So let's start topic number 3. These have all been shuffled. Topic number 3, you can see, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, topic number 3.
yeah.
This one, Ralph, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
Did you ever
go get
run
'em, buddy.
away as a kid? As a kid, did you ever pack up and run away? Say to the folks, I'm out of here. This is nuts.
I did, but I never got very far. We lived in the country. We lived in Winona.
Okay.
You guys know where Winona is?
Yeah.
That's where I grew
It's
up.
a lot of field.
So we were halfway up the escarpment in Winona, and I got fed up. I wasn't allowed to do something, and so my next door neighbor and I we packed up some backpacks and we went for a walk, and we went for miles. And then I got back, and I thought I would be in trouble, and nobody missed me.
Nobody knew you'd left. Sad,
They
but
didn't
true
even know
story.
I was gone.
No.
Yeah. I thought-
Do you remember anything in particular that you thought was important that you take with you?
I took an air rifle.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought,
You thought
that,
in case you
I
run
gotta
into
protect
bears.
myself, yeah, or for food, I didn't know how it was gonna go, but about 5 hours later, I was back home and
How
nobody
old-
missed me. Yeah,
How old were you?
I would have been maybe 7. I'm guessing 6 or 7 years old. Yeah,
I wanted you to say 27.
yeah.
Pat Gagliardi, did you ever pack up and leave home when you were a kid? Did you ever just say, I'm out of here, I'm done?
My mom tells me about a time where I don't know what could have made me frustrated, but I was gonna leave, and then she's like, "Are you sure you're gonna leave?" And I said, "Yep." And then she coerced me to stay by just reminding me of all the things that I'm gonna need, all the necessities. Well, you better bring some peanut butter? Okay. We had a little bag. Well, are you gonna bring extra diapers? I think I was a little bit younger than 27.
You were at least in your teens if you were still wearing diapers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Memory
But
serves.
by the end of the fiasco, my bag was full and it was too heavy, so I stayed. It's actually quite a nice little children's story.
That is a nice
Smart
story.
lady, yeah.
That's a
funny.
very cool way. Instead
But-
of trying to talk you out of it, just let's show you what the real world's going to be like, kid.
But wouldn't it have been great though if she finished packing your bag and you're like, great, thanks, mom, and you left?
Well, my dad was like, "No, I'll drop it off. Don't worry. You just go, and then I'll find you and give you your bag."
I'll give him a lift. Patrick Coppolino, did you ever am stray from home, or did you realize how good you had it?
The closest I ever came from what I can remember is like my parents did a really good job of like convincing me and my sister that like not to do drugs or smoke cigarettes or do any of that, at least while we were kids, right? And there was this one kid I hung out with that they were always worried about. He was a really bad influence on me, but for the most part, I didn't cave into any of the peer pressure. But one day I remember I was probably like 12, and he talked me into smoking a cigarette. And I remember I did it, and I like didn't like it and whatever, but I smelled like smoke, I guess. I didn't realize how much it would smell on me, and I went home, and like immediately my mom's like, "Were you smoking?" And I'm like, "What? No." And she's like, "Come here, come here." She grabbed my hand, and she was like gonna smell my hand, and I know it was on my sweater and stuff too, and I pulled away from her, and I ran, and I just kept running. I ran into the woods, and I remember sitting in the woods thinking like, "This is it." Like, because
I
to
can't go
me,
home.
I'm like, this is the worst. I'm in so much trouble. She knows she caught me smoking. And I remember actually thinking for a few minutes, like, what do I do? I'm just in the woods. I had no plans to leave. And then probably like 15 minutes later, I just went home.
That was it, eh?
Yeah,
Had you brought an air rifle, you could have had a plan.
I know. I had no defense.
Yeah.
It is a frightening thing especially when you're in the first time you're in serious trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The first time
Yeah.
that you realize, oh my God, I really have messed up this time. I have recollections of some of those incidents as well. Manolis Zontanos, what about you, buddy? Did you ever try and leave? Did George drag you back to the homestead?
Well, I'd just like to say first, I also smell Patrick's fingers for different reasons.
Wow.
And I run into the woods every time.
And I chase him with my air rifle. I ran away from my parents at the beach by mistake. I was 6 years old. I didn't know that I ran away because we went to we went with a bunch of Greeks went to, I forget what beach we were at. I don't think it was like around here, but like we're having a picnic. We're on the beach all day, and then it was like we went back to where the picnic tables were, and I ate. And I think I remember I was 6. So I just started walking around, and I went back to the beach, and I jumped. I remember I jumped in the water, but from a rock, but the water was up to my ankles, and my dad came out of nowhere, grabbed me because he thought I was gonna drown for some reason, or he thought I don't know why, but he just assumed I was gonna go too far or something. Grabbed me right away and whipped me with a stick.
Oh, wow.
In front of a bunch of people, because I ran away. I'm like, because I could have died or drowned, and I'm like, and I remember the whole thing. All I thought in my brain was like, I was like, how can you drown in an ankle? Like it was like just past my. Like, how was I supposed to drown? Why are you beating me with this? It was like one of those like branches that had like a rose branch almost, like had like things on it. Like it was
wow.
brutal. It was brutal. Like it ruined the picnic for me, anyways.
When you first started the story, I thought you were going to say that you were left behind at the beach. And I was going to go, that's the premise of the movie Joe
That would have
Dirt.
been good.
So yeah. This is Friday at 4:20. Our special guests are Ralph de Groot, Pat Gagliardi of Corkscrewed. And is there any place I could see Corkscrewed if I wanted to right now? Can I see it, or you guys have it all tamped down under wraps?
Pat, answer this question.
It's on Bell Fibe currently. So if you have Bell Fibe, the fiber optic connection, not the satellite, you can go push the Fibe button on your remote control. And it opens a whole plethora of menu, and you can go to I believe we're in the food area, or just search Corkscrew TV. I also believe it's channel 1. Fibe. It's all the regional programs.
Well, I have Bell Fibe. I did not realize you were still on Bell Fibe, because I remember when we originally, but it just stays on there forever.
No, next year is when our license agreement is up for them.
Okay, because we had another guest just I think last week, Mike Mitchell, because his new Hamilton comedy is on Bell Fibe.
Yeah,
and that looks awesome too. Same place.
Yeah. So we're sending everybody to Bell Fibe. I guess that's the idea of it, right? Is Bell's like, send everybody to Bell Fibe.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can check out Corkscrewed on Bell Fibe, and soon they'll be taking over the world, but mostly the United States.
And if you're
you can go to New Zealand. Flights are reasonable right now, and you can check us out in New Zealand.
You're killing it in New Zealand.
Yeah, we're on Sky there, Country TV.
Excellent.
So, and then it's in the works that we will be somewhere new sometime soon.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Don't patronize us, Manolis.
Yeah.
Are you like right now? All the episodes you've done is like basically in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Or do you ever think you'll get like to the point where like you'll do wineries that are outside of Canada, anywhere in the world? Is that a possibility? Is that too big of a question?
That's something. Yeah, we would love to do that. There's a lot of logistics behind that, but
can you sign this first before we answer that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Bell Fibe is where you can see it, or you can go to New Zealand. So those are your choices. I mean, they're good choices. I like them both. Let's get to our next topic, shall we? This is topic. I didn't even see what number it was. Topic number 12. Pat Gagliardi. We're going to start with you this time. This is potentially a kid's question, but it could have been when you're an adult. What is the best roller coaster you've ever been on? Best roller coaster you've ever been on.
At Wonderland, there was the there was the Behemoth, which was the big thing, and it was crazy. And then it's like, how can you get crazier than this for someone that doesn't leave Canada to go to parks?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they had the Leviathan,
yes,
which you could see from the Behemoth, and it was like the next generation, the blue one. And I think that's the one where you're standing up and like falling like that. That was pretty crazy.
That was the craziest one?
That's the one I choose.
Leviathan was crazier than Behemoth. I haven't been on either one of those.
I think so.
I like roller coasters, but those ones, because they also just give you like a jock strap to hold you in. It's like, what the hell?
You're standing up and you're falling
I like the feeling of something holding me.
I like to eat when I'm on a roller coaster, and you can't with those ones. There's no cup holders. There's no.
What the hell is that?
The waste of a minute and a half.
One vote for Leviathan. Patrick Coppolino, you look like a coaster guy. You look like you like a good coaster. What's your favorite roller coaster?
I can now go on any roller coaster. Any roller coaster in the world I can go on now from my living room, which is pretty amazing. But and I have trust me, I've already done a few. But the Behemoth, I think, is the biggest one I've been on. I haven't been to Wonderland since they made the Leviathan. Yeah. Okay. So that's probably the biggest.
So now you've done the Oculus roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because I've done one, it was a different format, but it was the same thing, a VR one. It freaked me the hell out, man. I mean, like the whole thing, like your stomach's going, right? I mean, the only thing was missing was the sort of the wind blowing in your hair.
Yeah, you got to stand in front of your air conditioner.
That's it. What's the coolest one you've ridden so far through the viewer?
Oh, I don't even remember what they're called, but there's an app just for it's all roller coasters. And
Yeah,
there,
like-
Oh,
there's
really?
like there's virtual ones and real ones. So like they actually had
Okay.
like a 360 camera on the roller coaster. Yeah. But yeah, the motion sickness is actually worse on this because you're not actually moving, so it tricks your brain
Right.
and it
Oh.
makes you sick.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's why
Manolis
it
jumped
actually does help to sit in front of a fan because it helps your brain think you're moving.
Speaking of having your brain tricked, Manolis, the best roller coaster you've ever been on, Manolis.
I got sick in front of a Simpsons roller coaster, like virtual reality at Universal Studios. So that's right. That's actually true, Patrick. I was like, I had to close my eyes and start breathing because I was
Oh, 'cause
melting.
It was a virtual reality ride.
Yeah, and I was like,
Oh wow.
I remember I was like, I'm gonna die right now. Like I couldn't believe it. It's like it was too intense. It was too much. You know,
Too
what I
much
mean?
on the brain.
Yeah, my brain. You know, we all know how much my brain can actually handle, and
Yeah.
you know, if I read more than a page of a book,
Yeah.
like that's a headache right there. I have
Yeah.
for like at least 2 hours.
They say that we only use 10% of our brain, which is actually 100% of Manolis's brain.
Yeah, the other 90% is made up of pharmaceutical products. So,
Can I just say my favorite? I actually when I was at Canada's Wonderland, I was we went to see David Lee Roth perform, and
On a roller coaster?
well, this is the thing. That's funny you say that. We were just went to the you know
you just told this story.
Yeah, he did.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
But
What's this,
No,
like?
I-
What do you have you run out of rock star stories or whatever? This
well,
every
this one
time.
involves
Any
this
way
involves
he moves it in.
involves
A roller coaster.
Yeah. Some guy who was like the bass player in the band. You rode the roller coaster with a bass player from the band.
no,
that
it was
opened for David Lee Roth.
the guitarist of the band Cinderella. You're gonna mock me, get your
Oh.
facts right. And we went in line with him, and then we ended up becoming friends with him by the end of the ride. And I said, can we hang out with you? And he's like, if you like roller coasters, I went on every roller coaster that day. So my answer is all the roller coasters is my favorite because I love Jeff LaBar for that
And
day.
Cinderella.
From Cinderella.
So your
Yes.
favorite roller coaster is the band Cinderella.
Yes.
It's the lead singer, the lead guitarist.
They
from
should make,
Cinderella.
if I ever
Guitar
become
player.
rich, I'm making a roller coaster and I'm going to call it Cinderella.
Oh, all right.
Just
And
held
everybody-
in by one shoe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every car will be just one seat for the person riding, and then a poster of
Jeff
Jeff
LaBar.
LaBar.
Jeff LaBar. Jeff
Everybody
LaBar.
can ride with Jeff. Wow, that's great. Ralph de Groot. I don't know how you're going to top that awesome story.
I think
Best roller
if that's
coaster ever.
how we're answering, I'm going to say my relationship with Manolis is the craziest roller coaster I've ever been on.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
The ups,
I,
the downs, the twists,
you know-
the turns.
There's two. I like, you guys mentioned Leviathan and Behemoth, the Mindbuster at Canada's Wonderland.
Great coaster.
Mm.
That's an old wood one, and you just have a bar on your lap.
Yep.
And so going down the back, you're just kind of weightless. I really like that one because it's old school and there's no protection.
It's
does
like the
feel
ones we
dangerous.
rode as kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very
it
cool.
could go horribly wrong.
I don't normally chime in with an answer, but I will just say my favorite roller coaster is the Rock and Roller Coaster at Disney World.
Oh,
That's the Aerosmith one. You don't actually get to ride with Aerosmith, unfortunately, so it's
Doesn't
not quite
sound
as
that-
good as Manolis.
Doesn't sound that impressive, Mike.
What about the band that opened for Aerosmith?
Yeah, you get to ride with them.
David Lee Roth looked at me that day. All right. That's a big deal.
I can imagine.
Oh, Lord. All right. Friday at 420 is the name of the show. And thank you so much for checking us out. We really appreciate it. We're here every Friday at 420 live on Facebook. And don't forget, you can download previous episodes. And in fact, Ralph and Pat have been on. You guys might be the most visited. I think this is maybe your 6th time being with us.
More than that.
6 or 7 anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I got to count my t-shirts. that you
Including
guys
our
created.
only ever live on location show, the Christmas show.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had a great night.
That was a good time.
That was
I forget what comedy club that was at, but
yeah, it was one of them.
Sure love to plug it.
Yeah. So this is topic number five. And I'll shoot this one over to Patrick Coppolino first. We touched on this a little bit, I think, before we actually started rolling. And that was just, I noticed on the corners, and Ralph, you had mentioned that once you see the flag guys out, the guys on the corners selling the flags, some kind of soccer tournament's going on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure what those guys do the rest of the time. All of a sudden they just show up. It's like, what do you guys do for a living?
They're doing the same thing that we're all doing the last year and a half.
They're just nothing.
Masturbating?
Nothing.
That's where Ralph got his vaccine.
Yeah.
He got it from one of the flag people.
Got the vaccine there. They do that too. That's awesome.
Yeah, they just
The
back up the
pop-up
Cuban.
clinic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Patrick Coppolino, if you had to wave a flag, what flag are you waving?
Italy. It has to be Italy.
Italy?
Yeah, but I'm like
Do you care? Are you into this? Or
well,
would you-
no,
would
it's
you
like with
watch?
every sport, I'll watch like the final game. Like I'll watch the Stanley Cup, I'll watch the
Right.
Super Bowl, I'll watch the NBA championship, the last game. So like if when it comes to soccer, if Italy's in the last game of the World Cup, I'll watch that. If they're not in it, I don't care. But even then, I barely care if they're in.
So you're a diehard Italy fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So will you watch?
Yeah, like I'll watch. I might watch it if someone wants to watch it with me. But I wouldn't even buy a flag.
I won't. Damn it.
But if I had to buy a flag, it would be the Italy one.
Okay, that's good to know. Manolis,
Yes.
obviously it's the Greek flag, right?
Yeah, actually, I would. Soccer is too much. It's too heavy for me, though, man. Like those people are crazy, man. They're crazy people, right? The fans.
Oh,
yes.
absolutely.
Yeah. Soccer.
And I was telling Ralph and Pat like how when I was in Greece, I went to a soccer game one time, and I know, and so my friend Lackey, I knew these two Greek guys, Lackey and Dimitri, and they were going to watch the one level down of like Greek soccer, like, and it was like their team from Kalamata traveling to some island to play another Greek team, and it was like a 16-hour bus ride, and I went just because I thought that was fucking insane to go that far to watch a soccer game. And before we left, my friend Lackey got in a fight with someone else that was going to watch this game for over a seat, and then one of the two said something about their mother, which is not a good idea, especially if you're European.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they started fucking fighting. This guy started fighting my friend Lackey. This guy was like a monster, though. He was he was like over 6 foot tall, like huge. He was like all muscle. This guy was a monster, and started choking my friend, and my friend couldn't breathe. And he's like, oh. I'm like, holy shit, this is 6 a.m. We haven't left yet. We're on a bus. We haven't even left. And it's 6 a.m. and I'm like, what am I going to do? So in a panic, I put my mouth over the guy's arm right here. Unbelievable. And I bit his arm to the point where my teeth touched.
Wow.
And the guy didn't let go. And I was like, what do I do now? Do I rip a chunk out of this guy's arm, or do I let go? I'm like, it's 6 a.m. I don't my brain's not. So I let go, and then I start trying to pull my friend's this guy's arm off his neck, and then he let goes, and then everything's fine. He can breathe again, and he's doing this with his arm, and he didn't even look at me. I don't even think he realized I bit his arm, and I'm thinking, trips over, right? No, then we left. That was 6:05 a.m. And then we traveled 16 hours to watch Greek people kick a ball.
Well, that pretty much explains what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You left the end part of the story out that you told us.
What did I say?
That after you bit him, he couldn't stop masturbating. Like you
Infected him.
like some kind of zombie infection.
But this is weird because do you guys remember the story? Manolis, I thought this was something new, but this has just been your move for a while, I guess.
No.
Biting till your teeth tighten.
That guy that was heckling me, then that I found outside, and I bit him in the chest.
Yeah.
The reason that reason I did that was because of this story.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. So I thought this was just like a crazy sporadic thing, but this is like
No.
a calculated move you have.
Well, it was like 50. It's like at least 15 years apart from
bite
the
them.
two.
You bite down as hard as you can.
Well, like in my brain, because that's when I did the first time I bit this guy's in the arm that was choking my friend, I let go because I thought I was gonna rip this guy's like a chunk out of his, like my teeth are touching. And I'm like, I'm gonna rip this guy. I'm gonna rip a chunk out of this guy's arm. I can't.
Yeah.
That's not. I can't do that. So when I fought that guy, and he tried to the heckler like knocked me on the ground, like he was playing dirty, just tackled me. His arm kind of fell in my mouth, and I just bit, and then I went for his chest after that. I just like, fuck it. But because when I was going for his chest, I already like, oh, I can do, like, my brain's like, oh, I can do this. Like, because of that time, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it all the way this time. That second time, I was trying to bite.
Yeah, you took a chunk out of his chest.
Oh, I didn't. I tried. It didn't. I thought it would have been easier.
Well,
human flesh is tougher than you think.
Yeah,
it is.
Wait, does this all stems back to when Manolis told us he was watching Littlest Hobo with his dad, and his dad looked at him and went, "Huh? Like, why can't you be more like the dog?" That's what you took from that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I hate to because this is we kind of got a little bit off topic. That never happens. But Manolis, I'm sorry to say, Greece didn't make it to Euro 2020. They were put out by Italy, so no flag for you.
Well, get me near them, and I'll bite a hole in their out of their arms or their ankles.
Ralph, you're not a huge soccer fan, but you got to cheer for Holland, right?
Yeah, hop Holland, hop.
Hop Holland, hop.
Yeah, it's got to be an orange flag.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So they won their first
shoes.
match, in case you were worried.
Yeah, I get they
Get
text
updates?
me when they
Good. You get updates.
so I know. Yeah.
And Pat Gagliardi, obviously, Italy. Now, will you watch as much as Patrick Coppolino? I mean, he's obviously feasting on this big soccer tournament. Will you as well, or?
All my friends are Italian, so that's what we're watching, whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
I like it, but if I didn't, I would still have to watch.
Yeah. Did anybody here? Did you guys play soccer as a kid? Everybody played soccer as a kid, right?
A little bit.
Ralph, what the hell, Ralph? No wonder you ran away.
I never,
from home.
it's a long story. It's a long
Well, that never stopped Manolis.
yeah, true. No, I have an older brother who's quite athletic, and he's 9 years older than me. And growing up, it was like when it was my turn to do stuff, my parents were disinterested because they'd already had a kid that did all that shit.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm not doing that anymore. We already did that.
I've seen this
That's what
movie.
happened.
We've been down that road, right?
Yeah, so-
It happens. So you played no sports, or did you choose a sport that your brother wasn't playing?
you know what? I played baseball a little bit in school, but when I was in high school, my first day of high school, I met a guy who's still one of my best friends. And he worked on a Porsche racing team, and that was really what I liked. And so from grade 9 all the way on, I worked for a racing team doing mechanical stuff and pit stops and stuff like that. I started as the fireman, and then I started changing tires, and we did all kinds of stuff. So I went on the road with them. So that was my sport, racing.
That is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. Do you still get out? Do you still go to races?
Yeah, I actually was working on a documentary for Porsche a few years ago that had me down in Florida for almost 2 years. Yeah.
Wow.
So I would go to Daytona for the sports car racing, and Amelia Island and Sebring, and
since you were working on a documentary for them, I'm going to assume that the way you're saying it is the correct way to say it.
Porsche. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody else, a lot of people say Porsche, right?
Yeah, a lot of people say Porsche. I mean, it's a great brand, and I've liked them since, like I said, in grade 9. I worked for the we competed in the Rothmans Porsche Turbo Cup series. So we were at Mosport, and we were at Mount Tremblant, we were at Watkins Glen, and it was a great series, and it was a Canadian series. Paul Tracy raced in the same series as us.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, David Tennyson, David Empringham, like a lot of these big drivers. Jacques Villeneuve cut his teeth in Rothmans Porsche Turbo Cup racing. I loved it, so that's what I did.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And that was all because your parents ignored you as a child. That's awesome.
Exactly. Yeah. So there was
This is Friday, 420 with Ralph the Groot, Pat Gagliardi, the stars of Corkscrewed, and our good friends Patrick Coppolino and Manolis Zontanos are along for the ride as well. This topic number, I don't even know where we are now. We only got time, maybe one more. 11, topic number 11. This one for Manoli. This may seem a bit weird, although after what you've already listened to, this won't be weird at all. Right now, I have on the tip of my tongue canker sore. I freaking hate. Do you guys get cankers? Do you even know what that is?
Yes. Do you know what canker is?
Yeah. I don't understand them, but I have had them. I get them more. I know I don't like them. Is it from eating too much fruit or something?
Yeah, I think sugar and stuff like that.
Acidity.
Acidity.
Ass or acidity?
Ass.
Eating too much ass
in the city.
Maybe that.
Too much ass in the city.
Too much ass in the city. Perfect.
Do you have them? Do you get? I used to get them a lot as a kid, and a lot of people get them as kids and then don't have them very often as adults. But do you still get them, Manolis, from time to time?
I have not for a while, but I have had them maybe a couple of years ago. But I get them in the gums.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They'll go down low in the gum, or I get this one's on the tongue, but
they're like they're sore. Like they really hurt.
Like really a lot. Like an annoying kind of like you bite it, it gets into food.
It's weird. Like you always have these moments where like if you think if someone pisses you off and you think you're a tough guy and like I'll kill you and you're like oh my gums are sore. Like you know what I mean? Like those are the moments like I go I'm not a man. I think a man would be like, oh, big deal, canker sore. Let's move on.
I just bite it off.
Oh no, you don't.
That.
Ralph the Groot. That's a fib.
If it's on your tongue, if it's on your gums,
you would just chop that off.
Yeah,
do you get them, Ralph?
Very, very rarely, but only ever on my tongue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
like
I've had both,
let's say if I eat a bag of sour keys or something like that one night, you know, because why would you do that? I don't know. Ask Manolis. But yeah, I get them once in a blue moon.
Okay.
But we were just talking about it the other day because we were talking about cold sores.
Right.
I never get cold sores. But then someone brought up canker sores, and there's something completely different.
They're totally different. And canker sores are not brought on by a virus. Cold sores are a virus, right?
Yes.
Yes. So Pat Gagliardi, you got cankers? You ever get cankers?
Yeah, I get them. I get them down below.
No.
Herpes.
But
that's too much ass in the city.
It's
I think
that's too much. That's when they're down below, you get too much city in the ass.
Whatever it may be, I know that milk gets rid of it regardless of where they are.
Milk stops the itch.
I've had hemorrhoids.
That's
You trying to outdo me, buddy? You think you're hemorrhoids?
I have hemorrhoids right now.
I know you do.
Yeah, from sitting on your ass for the last 18 months, Patrick.
But I'm gonna go see the doctor today. So
Patrick Coppolino, you get cankers? Yeah,
I get them from time to time. I think as a kid I got them a lot because again, being Italian, lots of tomato sauce, lots of acidity. But my nonna always told me anytime we had one, she would say it's the cattiveria in you, which is the evil. It's because you're bad, you get canker sores.
Wow. So you had them a lot.
I had a lot of them.
Yeah. I think in the fall, like when we get the harvest in and then you start eating tomatoes that are really got a lot of us, because they're so fresh and they have a lot of tends to be when they're a little bit worse. But have you ever done this where you've had one like on the inside of the lip and you pull it, you swear to God, it's the size of a football. And then you pull it out.
Yeah,
it's this
so
little white
small,
dot.
Tiny
Like,
little.
what the hell?
Wakanda forever.
Yeah. How is that causing me all that pain? All right, listen, we gotta tidy this thing up with a bow. Ralph de Groot, first you. How do we follow you on social media? You take some awesome photographs. I can follow you on Facebook. Can I?
Yeah, Facebook, Ralph de Groot, or Instagram is what I like. At Ralph de Groot is I love new followers and I try and follow everyone back and especially this year. I think it's been a great platform to see what people are doing, because it's,
Do you find the picture size on the the thing that pisses me off with Instagram is that square picture. So you take some beautiful, like, full-size photographs with your phone, and then you got to shrink it down to a damn square for Instagram. Stupid.
well, you can expand it out.
adjust it.
You can adjust it on the
Adjust
bottom
what?
left corner before you manipulate the image, when you upload it, when you choose it, the bottom left corner, if you put your thumb on it, it'll expand it to the aspect ratio that it was taken in. Yeah, but
Shut the door.
But some aspect ratios are just too big
Right.
for Instagram. But yeah, there is a variable there that you can. Yeah, so try that bottom left corner. I think that's how it is on an iPhone. I don't know on your Fisher Price phone. I don't know how that works.
Thanks, Ralph, for that tip. Pat Gagliardi, where do we do to follow you on the social medias?
Don't follow me. I'm a little too complex for most people, but you can send e-transfers to pat@corkscrewedtv.com. And whatever amount, doesn't matter, as long as it's over 100, and it's just
Over 100.
and if it's good, then maybe I'll follow you.
Oh, fantastic. Yes. Yes. See, you can literally buy followers for your social media by sending money to Pat.
At corkscrewedtv.com.
At corkscrewtv.com. Yes.
Patrick Coppolino, I have to ask, I know Manolis was digging around at the start of the show, but you got the new Oculus 5000 there, and you said you can watch pornography on it. Can you really watch pornography on it?
Oh, there's like adult games on it too.
Okay.
Like you can have threesomes, foursomes, fivesomes.
Can I borrow it?
Yeah.
You're on it, Manolis.
I'm not gonna jizz on it, Pat.
Yeah. Manolis, this combined with your flashlight, you'd be in heaven.
I don't use the
that
flashlight.
Wow.
Oh, Manolis is all. I don't use it
sitting right
anymore.
behind
It's
It's in your hand.
If I had someone that was willing to clean the flashlight for me after I was done with it, then great. But I'm not going through the trouble of cleaning this flashlight every time I do it.
Wear condoms.
I might as well get a girlfriend now.
Hey, wait, I need my vacuum back, by the way.
Do you want it back? Do you?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody, it's Patrick Coppolino. Levity, but Anchor Bar is open.
Anchor Bar is now officially open, yes. And I think starting in July, we're going to try to do some patio shows. And
We'll do some
still
July shows.
Two for one wing Wednesdays. I'm actually going to go this Wednesday if you guys want to hang out. Just to hang out. I'm not doing a show. We're going to be testing out some equipment and stuff. I'm going to get some wings.
What time?
I'll see you there.
All right. All right. And Manoli, what do you got to say, buddy? Come on, throw me a bone here. Who you want to plug?
Sealed Art. My buddy Julian and Les owns the place. Julian's his son. If you want something sealed or framed, it's on Gage and Main Street, right across the street from Gage Park.
Sealed Art, Main. Sealed Art. See our friends there at Sealed Art. Let them know you heard about it on Friday at 420.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Guys, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for doing the show again. We appreciate it. Continued success with Corkscrewed. As soon as you have that big news and can actually reveal it, we'd love to have you back on.
Right.
And if you, in the meantime, don't forget you can check it out on Bell 5 TV, Corkscrewed with Ralph de Groot and Pat Gagliardi.
Thanks, Michael. We'll be following you on Instagram too. I love your pictures, so keep it up, brother.
I appreciate that. You're going to see some big ones now that I know I can grow them.
Oh yeah,
that's fantastic.
Right.
Don't comment on that, Manolis. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Friday at 420. Until we get a chance to talk to you again in 7 days, have an awesome weekend.
See ya.
Thank you.